What's going on, everybody? This is dkdynamite for another emergency video here for you guys tonight. We're going to be talking about the Season 6 Battle Pass for Black Ops 6 in Warzone. Definitely stay tuned. In the background, we got some nasty Toshin gameplay that I managed to film over at COD Next. I was on like, I think a 25 before somebody used active camo and did a finishing move from behind, so probably one of the funniest ways to lose a nuke streak. But either way, it's live right now inside of the Black Ops 7 beta, and on top of the fact the beta is getting extended till Thursday, just means that you have more time to enjoy this final 6v6 map. But although we're not going to be getting any new content, maps, or modes-wise within the beta, I still think it's great that fans are really warming up to the open mosh pit, which has completely changed the sentiment surrounding the matchmaking inside of Call of Duty multiplayer. But unfortunately, with the introduction of Toshin into the beta today, which ended up dropping at like, I think 4 p.m. Central, which was kind of unusual, they've actually removed S&D's open mosh pit playlist, whereas now there's just regular SBMM search and destroy. Matt Scrons did follow up on Twitter to explain that they're trying to give players what they want as much as they can, but they have to limit how many playlists they have active to focus population and data, and they're going to be doing solid testing, data, and feedback on the matchmaking as well. I don't think they're just going to remove the open mosh pit from the beta, nor do I think it's going to be absent at the launch of BO7. That would just be a PR crisis and disaster. But I think every now and again they'll probably rotate certain maps or modes out of the open mosh pit just to go ahead and run some tests that are probably mandatory because of Microsoft and Activision. But I can tell you what, if plenty of folks out there just don't jump into that playlist and just stick to the open mosh pit, that's probably going to tell them, yeah, they got to keep as many maps and modes available in the open mosh pit so that we can keep that as a permanent experience for the rest of the year. But earlier today, I did make a video talking about the preload, which just popped up for Season 6. It's about 25 gigs in size that has already popped up in the PlayStation database, so expect a pop-up preload for that on PS4 and 5 likely tomorrow. It's out for Battle.net right now, but when it comes to the rest of the week, things are about to be jam-packed. Arguably, it's about to be one of the busiest weeks for Call of Duty that we've had in quite a long time. So what I do believe is that tomorrow, October the 7th, we're going to end up getting a full blog post and a roadmap detailing all of the major content across all of our game modes, and then Wednesday, as per usual, we're going to end up getting some cosmetic marketing and a separate blog talking more about the Battle Pass, Blackcell, and a bunch of in-store offerings, especially the crossovers that are going to be coming with the Haunting this year. Obviously, they could have spread things out a bit more, where last week or before COD Next, they could have teased some of the collabs, maybe did the roadmap today, and then the cosmetic marketing on Wednesday. But because of the beta, because of the unusual marketing schedule that Black Ops 7 has had, that for some reason has kind of pushed back what we usually come to expect when it comes to a full reveal of a brand new season. On average, they usually reveal a bunch of marketing about a week before launch, but it looks like for the Haunting this time around, we're getting marketing just a good 24 to 48 hours before the content is actually playable. Now, we're going to go through the blog and everything on stream tomorrow, or whenever that all drops, tomorrow or Wednesday, whereas I'm going to do a full in-game walkthrough of the entire Battle Pass once it releases this Thursday, which will likely be at around 9 a.m. Pacific, 11 o'clock Central, and 12 o'clock Eastern. Speaking of the Battle Pass, I did get some comments in my stream earlier asking about a free or discounted Season 6 pass, since allegedly Modern Warfare 3 actually offered this last year, considering you only got about, 4 weeks and some change to grind the Haunting before Black Ops 6 came out. People were getting emails from Activision and just Call of Duty support giving either a free pass or a discount on one, and you can bet that's probably going to be an offer again this year, especially with Black Ops 7 being just around the corner. But don't forget, when Black Ops 7 does come out and is in a preseason state, your progress playing that game will actually help progress the Season 6 Battle Pass from BO6, even though none of those rewards actually carry forward into BO7, at least not until further notice. They could always blow our mind with the marketing this week and say, you know what guys, we're going to make another exception for carry forward and give you guys a bunch of your Halloween content inside of BO7 as well. But when you take a look at the key art, you can very clearly see the MP40. That's a given. It's been rumored for many, many months now. So expect that as one of our Battle Pass weapons, right? Typically, every Battle Pass, at least for Black Ops 6, has offered at least 2 ranged DLC weapons, whereas you're going to get 1 brand new operator from a new season's Battle Pass. I know fans are pretty upset, especially the zombies ones, since this is a really iconic zombies weapon from World at War, and seemingly won't be available at all in Black Ops 7 zombies. Are we ruling out the possibility of, let's say, wall buys with these weapons, or them popping up in the mystery box just for fun? I don't think it has to be an all or nothing type scenario where they have to either carry forward all BO6 weapons or none at all. I think there's a couple of iconic weapons that just should carry forward to some capacity, whether it's a side quest or part of some future round-based maps. The MP40 is certainly one of them, the PPSH, the Olympia, and what looks like, I think the M14, which may be seen here in this key art. Obviously, we'll get a full blog and reveal about these weapons in the coming days, but I want to say that's probably the M14. Upon first glance, I was kind of thinking of the bar or a much bigger weapon, but I think a lot of the community has convinced me that probably is the M14, which would make sense since this was actually leaked many months ago, back during, I want to say, seasons 2 or 3. And it would also make a little bit of sense since they added the Olympia not too long ago. I mean, add the M14 into the mix, and what do you know? You got the M14 Olympia War back inside of Black Ops 6. Some other folks have suggested that could be the Ruger Mini 14, or just a hybrid of an M14 with another weapon that we haven't really seen in COD before. The M14's been in a number of different Call of Duty entries, but when it comes to zombies, it's an absolute icon. So it's going to be unfortunate if we have to wait a little while to maybe get this weapon and some other iconic zombie ones into BO7, because we're going to have, what, a good 4 weeks to enjoy the Haunting, whatever LTM is offered for zombies, and then your other content in multiplayer and Warzone, and then your time with those weapons will be up. But something Fajardi pointed out on Detonated, which is pretty funny, is the fact that, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to run the Predator with active camo, which is just an in-universe thing that he does from all of the movies. How perfect would that have been to do inside of BO7 multiplayer if Carry Forward would have existed? Obviously, there's plenty of debates out there that they could have just got rid of like the wacky cell-shaded crossovers, or they could have just prevented the licensed collabs from carrying forward, but still allowed everything else to transfer into BO7. Everybody has a different opinion on this, but personally, Predator is one of those really cool collabs that I think would fit just about any Call of Duty entry, and nobody had an issue with them back then in Call of Duty Ghosts, but obviously times were different. There wasn't an operator system like we have today, but this is certainly one of those collabs that I think a lot of people out there just can't really be bothered by. So what you could expect in our Battle Pass is that this will be the instant unlock reward skin. Right when you buy the Battle Pass, you'll get instant access to the Predator, whereas I'm curious what the Tier 100 look is going to be like, because there's plenty of new looks for the Predator that have been revealed in recent movies and I think animated TV shows over the last couple of years, so plenty of material to pull from. I'm sure they'll end up being as faithful as can be to the look and grittiness of the Predator character. I do think it's ironic that both Michael Myers and the Predator were cameo characters in 2 multiplayer maps back in COD Ghost, and they've actually been back-to-back Battle Pass operators now. Michael Myers came out last year with MW3, and the Predator this year for Black Ops 7. You can also bet that with Treyarch's commitment to keep the skins as grounded as possible for the Black Ops identity, they're probably not going to be too out there with the various operator outfits we see in the Battle Pass. It's unclear if it's a full Predator-themed Battle Pass. I'm sure they'll end up doing some skins throughout the pass that just fit the lore of the Predator movies, the jungle tactical gear-like outfits, but I'm sure they'll also end up doing some other really cool skins through upcoming bundles. Something I've also been thinking about is what could be a Blackcell Predator. If you look at Michael Myers last year for MW3, the Blackcell variant for Michael wasn't all that different, and that's probably because they signed an agreement saying they can't really make the character look too different from what the property is based on. And that's likely a good thing, right? It's not going to be a case where you have Michael Myers wearing a gold mask in Blackcell. That's just not what we got. So I'm sure with the Predator, they'll end up just giving us an alternate look for the character. I doubt it'll be cel-shaded or anything animated, but probably one of the other outfits we've seen in some of his recent movies. But the Blackcell character for MW3 Season 6 was absolutely wild. That amalgam-looking mutated ghost, it was a crazy-looking skin that I just can't believe is still real to this day, so can't imagine what they're also going to do for Blackcell this time around. And as a reminder, if you are somebody that bought every single Blackcell as a part of BO6, and you do buy the Haunting Blackcell this upcoming week, you'll get a 50% double XP boost in every single match that you play of multiplayer, Warzone, and Zombies, just as a reminder for those out there that were unaware of how that XP boost does work. And Blackcell will inevitably come with an exclusive Mastercraft with hopefully some Tracer blueprints. You'll also end up getting some Gobblegums, some other double XP tokens, and what is likely going to be an exclusive pet finisher. It also looks like an article was published talking about the Friday the 13th property. Not only is a new game coming out with Jason Voorhees and some other movies as well, but other appearances for the character were teased in this article by the folks that own the rights to Friday the 13th. Could that mean a Jason Voorhees operator in Call of Duty? Yeah, I mean, it's long overdue. I'm sure it'll happen at some point in the future, whether it's BO6 or 7, maybe a bit after that. But there was rumors going around the community about Resident Evil, even Ghostface. Wouldn't be surprised if there's other licensed collaborative operators that we're going to see through future bundles or event passes inside of Black Ops 6. If that's the case, we'll end up seeing all that content probably within a week or two of the Haunting starting, since, again, it's only going to be about a 4-week season. But to clarify, it doesn't look like the Predator is going to be the only licensed crossover for The Haunting this time around. They just kept things really tight and under wraps, which I think is a nice change of pace just for the element of surprise for when the content actually does release. But with that being said, that is about it. This has been dkdynamite. Leave our thoughts down below in the comments section. What are your thoughts on the Season 6 Battle Pass for Black Ops 6 and Warzone? Are you excited about the DLC weapons, the Predator Operator, and everything else we discussed? Really hope you've enjoyed, and peace out, everybody.
Established overhead. Enemy UAV detected.
Tango Yankee, Black Sheep. Safe flight.
Systems compromised. Cut your wires. Go to ground.